What's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Erin. And today we just wanted to talk to you about the topic of social media is destroying my relationships. So this is a real big topic, an important topic because we know that social media is a great way to connect. You get to catch up with people that you haven't seen in a while, follow up with your family that lives maybe a distance away. But we also know that sometimes people use social media to vent and to talk about things that maybe they shouldn't be putting on social media. And so we just wanted to chat a little bit today about how social media should be a place where you should celebrate your spouse or your partner, the person that you are dating or courting. It's not a place to vent to the world when you get mad, when you guys get in an argument, or even to always seek advice, because that's not the place to get advice for a whole bunch of reasons.
The thing with social media is that it's literally a weapon of mass destruction. Okay, all social media, period.
That's
It's a
mine.
weapon of mass destruction. But
He took my quote.
but it can be used as a good platform. Okay, social media. The thing is, it can be the death of any relationship. Why? Because like she mentioned, a lot of times we use social media we should be using social media to praise our significant other, our spouse, our husband, our boyfriend, our girlfriend, our fiance. Especially if you're in a relationship with this person and you love this person and you plan on spending the rest of your life with this person, you should be praising them every chance you get, because there are people on social media who are only out to destroy what you already built, what you've been working on for so long. No matter how many pictures you post of your significant other, no matter how many good things you say about your significant other, no matter how many WCWs you make of your significant other, or MCMs you make of your boyfriend or your husband, there are women and men out there who are out there to destroy what you've already built, what you've already put together. So we have to be mindful when it comes to social media. We can't let these things interfere with our relationships, okay? And then for men and women, there are times we're on social media and we see these Insta models or these women who strip, okay? And all day long, all they do is post naked pictures or pictures on a pole or whatever, right? So our attention gets taken over to their page, and now we want to follow them, and now we want to look at them, and now all we want to do is look at their page. And that can be a destruction to our relationship or our marriage, because now men or women, we start to visualize ourselves with that person, or visualize ourselves, that person in our lives, or just visualizing ourselves being around that person. And then when we're with our significant other, we think about it, right? And it tends to kill our mind or kill our vibe.
Or you start to compare and you're like, how come my significant other doesn't have a booty that looks like that, or a six-pack that looks like that? Although, but you start to think like that, and you start to compare, and you start to think the grass is greener on another side, and you don't think about all that you've put into your relationship, into your marriage, that God has placed you two together. And so you thinking about going elsewhere, or thinking about what could be better, when all you're looking at is a single image with probably a filter, probably something that makes that person look better or look different than they do in real life. You're not even checking for where that person's mind is, where their heart is, what their goals are. And so in so many ways, our eyes can automatically kind of take us to this place where we don't necessarily need to be. And so social media is a great tool, wonderful tool. We're using it right now, right? But it's something that we have to be very careful of when it comes to our relationships, because it can be a blessing or a curse.
It can be. And it's funny, she mentioned the grass may seem greener. I heard a pastor friend of mine said, the grass may seem greener on the other side, but if you watered your grass would be just as green. Okay, so instead of focusing on what's happening on the other side, or what's focusing on somebody else's page, what they're doing, how they're living, if you worried about your situation, your relationship, your marriage, your grass would be just as green. Your marriage would be just as fruitful. Your relationship would be just as successful if you focused on what you already been working on, okay, what God has already put together. So social media should be used as a good thing. A lot of people we see every day, a lot of people don't use it for good things. They use it for negative, for bad things, okay? But social media and relationships, you have to be careful when dealing with the two, okay? It can be a gift and it can be a curse, okay? Every chance I get, I praise my wife. Why? Because the Bible tells us to. Okay, she's a God-fearing woman. Okay, the Bible speaks about that. Okay, that she deserves my praise. I don't worship her. Okay, I worship the King, but I don't worship her, but I do praise her. Okay, because the Bible tells me to. So I'm going to praise her every chance I get, whether it be on social media, whether it be in person, in public, no matter where I am, I'm going to praise her. Okay, but social media, I'm going to praise her just like she praises me, because everyone out there needs to know who she's in love with, okay, who she's married to, okay, who her heart is with, who my heart is with, okay. I'm a devout believer, and putting your spouse out there, putting your significant other out there for the world to see how much you love them, okay. So social media could be used as a good thing, it could be used as a bad thing, but in a relationship you should always look to use social media in a good way to big your spouse up.
Right, and so we challenge you today to think about in what ways you might be able to celebrate your spouse or celebrate the person that you're with. How might you even be able to tag them in something that reminds you of them? A special message, a kind word, anything. But think about how you could use it as a tool to be beneficial, to show the world who you're in love with, but also to show your significant other that you love them. And so that's your challenge for today.
And so don't forget to don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and also feel free to leave your comments and any questions that you have, or anything that you want us to talk about, any topics that you would like us to discuss, and we'll talk about it. We don't go ahead.
I was just gonna say we ignore all haters. So if you got something negative to say, we won't even.
Yeah, negativity don't bring it here. But we don't claim to know everything.
Not
okay?
at all.
But we know a lot. Okay.
And we feel like there aren't a lot of venues or places, or even in general, even us being a Christian young married couple, we have a few other friends that are married that are also Christian, that are also young.
Yeah, we'll have them as guests on the channel.
Right, but for the most part, everybody that we know is older, and it's great to get wisdom from them, great to talk to them. But sometimes you want somebody that's relevant, someone that you can talk to one-on-one with, that knows what WCW even means. And so in terms of thinking of those things, we just feel like God has put it on our hearts to share what we have learned, to share what he has given to us, to share some parts of our marriage and some parts of our life together as an encouragement to you, to help you. All of us should be thinking about ways that our lives can be influential to someone else. And our goal is just to be, as my husband always says, an inspiration.
So we'll check y'all later. Leave your questions, leave your comments, like the video, subscribe. We out.
Okay, now you can leave. Bye.